Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Still working from home? It's been more than a year, I know. We were just not prepared for this. Who would have thought staying at home and earning a salary would drive us over the edge? But work from home has turned us into all-day slaves. Those hours we used to dress up and commute are now being spent in front of computer screens. We are breaking down mentally, physically, and literally. And as we continue the process into 2021, with threats of new strains and the vaccination process underway, we might have to look closely at how it's affecting us. Depression, anxiety, and insomnia are on the rise like never before. Nearly 7 in 10 employees indicated in a survey by mental health provider Ginger that the COVID pandemic is the most stressful time of their entire professional career, which has aligned with stark increases in new prescriptions of antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and anti-insomnia medications. From irritation to anger to nervous or anxious, the range of emotions while working from home may be very large. I have been there, and on some days I still am. I mean, it's a challenging situation for everyone. What are some of the common issues or concerns while working from home? Number 1, taking care of family and personal needs while working. Number 2, if you're living alone like I do, it's the lack of human interaction that brings on the panic attacks. Number 3, managing a different kind of workload. Maybe it's more meetings or constantly having to be connected or being online. Number 4, lack of access to the tools and equipments required for your job. Maybe it's a laptop or a Wi-Fi or even electricity with power backup. Not everyone have access or can afford these or have not so patchy networks. Number 5, uncertainty about your job or workplace. Will we still have a job when the wave recedes? Will that large, gleaming, glass-fronted office shrink by next year? What if we return to work and find many of our colleagues and work friends laid off? Number 6, learning new communication tools and dealing with technical difficulties. This has been the case for a lot of people, including me. From Zoom calls to learning new software for my particular job, it has been a rough ride. Teachers who've had to shift the entire learning system online have had a really tough time. Number 7, adapting to a different workspace and work schedule. From early mornings to late night shifts and working from your bedroom, it has been a strain for many. And not all of us have that ergonomically perfect chair or table at home. Many of us have worked in a crouched position from our beds. And many of us do not have a perfect bookshelf as background for our Zoom meetings. And looking at other people's beautifully arranged homes didn't help, right? What can you do about it? Number 1, communicate with your coworkers, supervisors, employees, and HR chiefs about job stress. Talking always helps, and better communication means there are chances of things improving. Number 2, identify the things that cause stress and work together to create solutions. Ask about how to access mental health resources in your office. Identify the things that you cannot control and do the best with the resources available to you. You can increase your sense of control by developing a consistent daily routine when possible. Ideally one that is similar to the schedule before pandemic. Keep a regular sleep schedule. Rest and recovery is not just important for those who work out, but for also those who work. All work and no play still makes Jack a dull person. Set a regular time to end your work every day if possible. Tell yourself that you will not check office emails after a certain time. Take breaks, stretch, exercise, check in with your family, friends, and co-workers. Spend time outdoors, either being physically active or relaxing. Do things you enjoy during non-work hours. If you think you are misusing alcohol and other drugs, including prescription drugs, as means of coping, do reach out for help. If you are being treated for a mental health condition, continue with the treatment and look out for any new or worsening symptom. What can you do as an organization or a business for your employees? Adjust your sick leave policy for the pandemic. The recommended quarantine period for COVID is 14 days. Employees will need to stick to that for their health and everyone else's. Keep in mind that COVID can make people sick for weeks, especially if they have complications. Communicate clearly to your employees so that they know that their job is safe if they fall sick.
Number 2, set up virtual social events to help reduce pandemic stress. If your workplace is remote now, help your employees stay connected with each other by setting up virtual social events. Spending time with others during a virtual coffee break or happy hour can help reduce feelings of stress or anxiety. And by keeping people connected, you will be helping your employees to feel more comfortable reaching out to each other when they need to. Number 3, be inclusive when sharing information. Make sure to keep your employees informed of any important changes through accessible methods of communication. A written format lets employees revisit the information and gives them time to process and respond. It can also be helpful for employees who use screen reading technology. Consider using a mix of words and images to convey information. Number 4, minimize changes when possible. Try to balance offering flexibility with limiting the number of disruptions. For example, employees may need to work from a new location, but maybe you can keep meeting at the usual time. If employees need to change their work schedule, see if you can maintain some consistency in which people are working together and offer ways for teams to stay in touch. When changes do need to happen, make sure to communicate them clearly. Ask employees for their preferences and suggestions, and understand that it might take some employees longer than others to adjust to new routines.
And finally, don't forget the word empathy. Be kind in your tone and language, especially when delivering bad news to an employee. Remember, you're only adding to the mountain of stressful things the employee is already struggling under. Kindness never hurt anybody. Thank you for watching the 5th episode of Mind Over Matter. Please leave your suggestion in the comment section of the video. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles. This is Tina Das for ThePrint signing off.